roses! My roses! Okay. Also, Chop got an interesting telegram from a... Apparently my bitrate and thingy's unstable. Interesting. Are we good? Is everything okay? Guys? Is stream all good? Okay, we're back. What the fuck? Let me just refresh my stream manager really quickly. Okay, I don't know why that happened. That's new. Happens to everyone, I guess. Queen's White Roses. But, Chop got an interesting... I haven't checked all of her telegrams. I saw one and then was like, you know what? I want to sort out the room. Start stream while sorting it out. And then I can go through all of that. Because I want people to see the telegrams Chop gets. Which, by the way, is not many. Wee. Boom. Okay, those crates I'll sort out soon. Go in there. I need to move that table slightly to the side, or I'm gonna lose it. I need to put it like here, because here just feels like a good spot for it, you know? The goons being nice to Chop is weird, but Chop can't trust basically anyone anymore. Her husband, people who have been comforting her about how her husband's been acting towards her, knew that he cheated on her and has been cheating on her for months. The same people that offered to always be there for Chop. I can turn that slightly to the side. Like, the goons don't really... That feels like I didn't turn it that much to the side. You know what? It'll stay like that for now. The goons don't really have anything to gain from being nice to Chop right now. Going by the pattern on the floor, by the way. Sunshine seems to be genuinely nice to Chop. However, Sunshine is also a manipulative bitch. Because I know what Box is like. But he has nothing to gain from lying to Chop, really. Not right now. Maybe at some point, but it hasn't seemed like he's had anything to gain from it. Where's my... Oh wait, I still have just a ton of stuff. Fuck. I have so many vases, whatever the fuck. I have so many roses. I forget that they're... Did that drop? I need to start just putting stuff in places. I'll just put some stuff on the table, clear up my pockets. It does interest me that Tinker also brought up the fact that the others were told to kill Nova and chose not to. He made sure to let Chop know that Wesley would be disappointed in them without saying it outright. Chop's really glad she has, Where did these ones go? Was it, like, above at the... Was it extra ones somewhere? Did I miss, like, a corner? Where do these ones go? Because they don't go up there. They don't go there. Did I just have one spare? You fucking kidding me? No. Maybe I can just... This is Chop's bedroom now. How fucking sad. She's using her old bed that she had when she first, I put it over the bedroom door, but... Eh. I like that this room specifically is... Thank you, Stream Elements. I like that this room specifically is just pure flowers. Oh no, this isn't the one I want to put down yet. But yeah, Chop's not doing good. In case that wasn't already obvious. Is that the multi-bow display? Yes. Chop's doing pretty fucking awful. Up there. I need it to be slightly off-center for Chop, which kills me, but it's accurate to who she is. Bing. The Fields family kind of... Chopper's... Like, I find it really funny because August is like that motherly figure for Tinker. Tinker's just surrounded by cheaters. Chop wouldn't judge... Chop doesn't hate August, and she wouldn't judge her nearly as much if August hadn't told her that things had happened between her and Wesley. Which Chop now knows. Like, gaining feelings, Chop is like, oh yeah, that's fine. Acting on those feelings while in a relationship. No. just leave. And then do it. Why you gotta complicate things, Tinker? August. Where did I put... Oh, I put it on the sofa because it added character. I like it right there. Makes it look just messy enough to be accurate to who Chop is. Yes. Which one's this? That's Chop's actual stuff, so we'll grab that and we'll put that in the bedroom. Eventually I'll sort out more stuff for in here, but Chop kind of isn't focused on buying more furniture right now. She's kind of just focused on the fact she's having a terrible time. Okay, this'll be my eggs. Meeg. That can go under here. Up. There we go. Beep. Wait, what's this one? My cooking stuff. I need to move this slightly to the side. I need to move this closer to the wall. After being so careful with it, I need to move it again. as is the folly of man, as is my penance, my crime, my hell. Okay. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. But yeah, Chop, in the conversation she had with Vash, where Chop found out, essentially what happened is Chop woke up, went downstairs through the saloon. She was about to head outside and heard Vash, because he was the only one indoors at the table. And she went over and said hi. He asked if she was okay. And Chop said, not really. And Vash said, is it to do with Nova? And that intrigued Chop. So she said, yeah, kinda. He was like, okay, I'm gonna go telegram Nova to tell her that the talk me and her are gonna have is gonna be a bit delayed. And they went into the apartment, into the one that Chop and Tinker had. And Chop sat down and Vash asked her about, like, just what's been going on. And what Chop decided to bring up was the bites. She kind of brought it up and then didn't speak on it more. She spoke about how Tinker reacted to it, but she didn't talk about it much more because she wanted to see what he said. She prompted it and then just waited to see if he would say something that she really hoped wasn't the truth. Because Chop wasn't 100% sure, because Tinker has been gaslighting her for months. Oops. So Chop still wasn't sure yesterday, after seeing the bites and after everything. But Vash essentially was like, you're not stupid. We both see this. It is true. And Chop had a fucking breakdown. is essentially how it went. Wait, do I have pocket space? I do, don't I? Right? Good. I actually want to put that right in the center. But that's essentially how Chop found out. And she asked him if he knew how long it had been going on. He said he knew for like 2 or so weeks. He said that everyone in the Outsiders knew. Which really hurt Chop. Because there's nothing quite as humiliating as learning that a ton of people that you did fight for and did get shot for Tinker crashed out trying to gaslight Chop. God. It's sad because I really liked all of the Tinker and Chop RP, but stories change. And it's a very interesting change. Like, Chop had a bunch of people that she trusted. A bunch of people that she's been caring for. And, like, would, again, fight for and die for, and was completely fine with being sacrificed for. This bitch. That's my fucking face. I don't know. I don't know if Chop can... I don't know if I'd want Chop to join another gang while she's still holding all the money for Vanguard. Because that's still a thing. It's still something that needs to be acknowledged. Chop is holding all of the Vanguard's money. At least, not all of it, but quite a large amount. I would consider 22k plus the money she owes quite a substantial amount of money. Poor little Chop. Chop joins the goons. I can't believe it didn't even take like... I don't know how much time actually it didn't even take like an hour between Chop finishing the conversation with Tinker. Yeah, they kind of... But it didn't take an hour after the conversation with Tinker for Adelaide and Wyatt to be like, you know, Sunshine's single. They got on that right away. God, I wish this would work. I don't know where to put this. It can go in the corner for now. Fuck it. I don't know where to put her. I don't have anything to put her on yet. We love a little bit of roses. God, there's so much empty space. I need to fill that eventually. But not at the minute. I've done so much apartment decorating. I can't be bothered right now. I just want Chop to go out and interact. And figure out how she's coping with everything. Ah, it's beautiful. Everything's fine now. And it's only 78 pieces of furniture. There's so much room to improve. I do really enjoy that. I'm probably going to end up bumping into... Mox is probably going to end up robbing MJ at some point because MJ's back in the SCTA. I don't know if I want the orange one. I know it goes through the thingy, but eh. I guess she has just the mask so I can put together her outfits easier. She has her wedding dress. No! Asher saying the Chop was making eyes at him. Excuse you? That's so funny. I wish this shirt didn't clip. However, it's too banging to not keep. So I will simply cope. I need to get like shelves that separate this a bit more. Is her shirt darker because she went towards the bath? Is that why? And it'll be fine in a minute. I need to check with the Bluey. Do we put Chop in trying orange or do we try Bluey? I think Bluey will work for now. God, where could I put where? Chop got given a frog, so that's something new. Did I mix up crates? I hope Tinker doesn't just have a crate full of my stuff. There's some bond papers for Chop, I guess. And 2 tickets for Gorma. Okay. Asher and his dad are absolute fucking creeps. Asher's dad is extra creepy. Tinker telling Chop that his plan was to admit to cheating Chop for months on their honeymoon, which she has paid for, is insane. I cannot imagine informing someone of that. Oh god. But this one interested me from Flo. Be careful, Chop. I've had some terrible news. I need you to watch out for you and Tinker. That Nova is dangerous. Please stay safe. Love, Flo. Intriguing, Flo. I'm about to tell you that your nephew is a hoe. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. It's kind of made it worse that it rhymed, if I'm completely honest. I love Chop's really shit telegram. Okay, that's before the cheating. Max? Max? What? What does he mean, Max? It wasn't my intention to ruin your life. I just thought I could get some side puss. Oh, the worst part is that Chop can't fucking read. I have to get someone like Sunshine to read it. It'll be the most entertaining thing. Max. Listen. Listen, it's the funniest stream title I could come up with, which isn't really saying much, to be honest. My standards are low. Oh, Chop, you poor stupid fuck.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, Chop found out yesterday that her husband has been cheating on her for months with another person that's in his gang. And that he planned to tell her on their honeymoon, which Chop paid for, to Gorma. So that's how we're doing. I've known about this out of character for ages, but obviously Chop didn't know. Why would she have known? Why would she have suspected that was going on? I don't know who's actually going to be around because it's not even 6:30 yet. I had an early shift today. The only reason I'm streaming is because I don't have work tomorrow. Chop made that bathroom so that she could have... Chop is very set on privacy. She cares so much about her privacy and keeping clean and things like that. This is just a little self-service. Yeah. As if Chop knows what that fucking says. For me to read. No, my rain glitch. This is a... If anyone has ever had this before and can tell me what the fuck this is, I don't know how to fix this. It's been going on for quite a while now. This happens when it rains. It happened when it was snowing, which made December very fun. This is what happens to my game. If you say to update my drivers, they're updated. So I don't know what this is. I've just... like with many inconveniences in life, I've adapted and got used to it, which I shouldn't have, because this is obviously a bad sign. You think I can afford a chainsaw? I work at a fucking nursery. I haven't tried reinstalling Red Dead. That is actually probably a good shout, to be honest. I might do that later tonight. Wait, I can see if there's stuff in... There's not really going to be much here, though. I know there's some little odd knickknacks over here. Like this stupid fucking escape artist mask that's in Barton's shop that the men can wear, the male pets can wear, but we can't. I find it really funny, the idea of paying for a set of purses. I could get this large, like, thingy. How much money do I have on me? I could buy one and try and separate the room and just see how I think it looks. Oh, so hello, Brick! Brick, welcome to my saddest character in quite a while, which is fucking saying something, since another one of mine had her son, like her son got murdered and then she watched his ashes be snorted in front of her. Welcome to sadness. Hi. This is Chop. This is Chop. She is 23 years old. She usually, like, she has an investigate expression on because it makes her look the most pissed. Or just not good. Stressed. She is 23 when, like, made her in server this year. When she was 18, she spent quite a long, like, almost a year working at a cat house. Like, she did work. She was literally a prostitute for all that time, and she was completely fine with it. And then one day she got grabbed by someone, doesn't know if it was a man or a woman, doesn't know why they did it, but they grabbed her and they kept her in a cellar for 5 years. Oh yeah, it is last year now. They kept her in a cellar for 5 years. They cut open her face. Let me get how I actually see her on my, This is how I see her face. They scarred up her entire body, her face, her like, along her ribs, there's a tally marks for how old she is. And eventually she escaped. She managed to run away. The door was left unlocked one too many times, and she actually attempted to leave. And she is running around like... Chopper also speaks in the third person, by the way. I feel like that's important to know. And I had her spawn in Ansburg. She was just a test. I had none of her backstory planned before I started playing her. I feel like that's important to this. I had to wing her backstory really quickly. I had her spawn in Ansburg, yeah? And she went down this way and was just walking through the woods, because I was just testing out a character design. I'm gonna be honest. And then right, like, here, I hear yelling. And fucking Zip Quill, Barton, and Jim fucking Lee are there. And Chop jumps into the river because she's terrified of people and hasn't met anyone else in 5 years. And they follow her. And within 20 minutes of making her with no backstory planned. I didn't know how she would talk. Her talking in third person was an impulse decision because I didn't know what to do. And she got brought into Van Horn, and she got cared for by people there, and she met her eventual husband, Tinker, who joined Vanguard. And, like, there was a war. Chop was grabbed during that. I feel like I'm going on a lot, but a lot has happened. There was a war. Chop was grabbed during this war by a group called the Goons. I am not joking. And they held her overnight because drama. They didn't hurt her. The leader hit her with his gun twice on the way out west because she was talking, which fair. But her husband had a lot of choices, or not too many choices, but he had a few choices on what he could do to try and get her back, and he decided he chose Vanguard over her, and was going to do what he could, go against completely what the leader of this gang said, and essentially condemn her to die, which is something he has blatantly said to her on various occasions. And Chop's response is essentially, okay, I understand that. Of course, you picked the gang over me. What do you mean? What do you think I'm expecting here? And after that, that was just after they got married as well. After that, Tinker is like dealing with the guilt of the fact that he condemned her to die, and he bumps into someone called Nova. Nova, who's a character I love, by the way. I love Seb. She plays her super well. Nova the hoe shows up, and Tinker sleeps with her like within like a day of flirting with her, which Chop doesn't know that fact, but. And you know what? Let me actually buy this and see if I like it in the apartment. But this continues for months. For fucking, they got married in November. I think all of that stuff started in November. It's been ongoing for ages. And Tinker has been repeatedly, literally in Joby's words, the person who plays Tinker, gaslighting Chop about it all. Because she trusts him so much. She trusted him so much. Like, she was willing to die for the gang. She did defend Van Horn and got shot. Like, she's told Tinker on multiple occasions that she doesn't expect him to put her first, but she will always put him first, and that she's okay with that. And yesterday she found out that she's been cheated on for all these months by someone who pretended to be nice to her for quite a few weeks, and then just stopped pretending recently. And Chop has immense self-image issues as well because she's so scarred up. So she's also just like, I get why you did it. I get it. It was only a matter of time. Like, Chop is fucked up. She's not okay. Where's a good point to separate this? Because I don't want it to be. Do I want the trinkets facing this way? Because I feel like this area is quite empty. I can. Also, another thing that's really important to mention, Brick, a really funny point of this, Chop is the bank for the gang that Tinker used to ride with and that used to be part of. She is holding over 20k of their money. And he cheated on her. Should I just have it like directly? No, I think I like the little gap. I can have some stuff hanging up here. This bitch, Joby, cheating bitch. This is Joby. Please. He's not his character. He's a lovely person. He just played an asshole. There we go. But Joby is a gem. I do hope that viewers watching aren't just like, oh, he's a terrible person. He's playing a character. It's a game, please. This Chop is my character that's the most decoration intense. I love the decorating, but Chop has a specific vibe because she needs this place to feel like somewhere else. Also, Joby, take it easy. Thank you, resubbing. I don't know how long I will be streaming. I'll say that. I'll be honest about that. Because I do want to chill out a bit. Do you think if because I've got a lot of the trinkets and stuff. If I do get another shelf and kind of use it to section this off, I think it could look nice. I don't want it to seem... I could put my extra plant up there. No, I need to get another one. Just want to make sure it looks nice. Thoughts. I want feedback here. I'm actively asking for it. Do we like this here to separate the room if I get another one? I live in a one-bed apartment. I don't get to really decorate much myself. Okay. Also, me and Joby have a little Civ couple that we're playing. A really new couple. So we do get some nice RP together as well. It's not all hell. Do it from the other... Okay, then I can move that. I can put that above there. I know I can move it and the gun will still be there, but I'm terrified. But then the door could get stuck, but It should be fine. No. Also, I am listening to music, but again, I don't have a GoXLR or whatever the fuck, so... I don't have it playing. I'm playing my sad time playlist. I'm playing my brain fog playlist. Because I feel like that's very fitting for Chop currently. There we go. I could get another one and put it like there, so that way it's like... But then I think I'm gonna notice how asymmetrical the room might be. I'll get another one anyway, and see how I think it looks. Because I want another one. Also, Chop is still wearing her wedding ring. Tinker didn't really ever wear one. If you're here, Joby. I know you said he said he was just popping in, so I assume Joby is gone, lost to the wind. I also did record the entire breakup. I recorded the conversation with Vash. And tomorrow I'm off work, so I can crop those up. But again, my goal is to have people be able to react to this without just targeting Tinker, thinking they can attempt to murder him if it's someone that doesn't really know him. And if they're not willing to possibly die over it as well, then they shouldn't attack him. Just like I once said. He had a point. And Chop doesn't want Tinker dead. Chop wants Tinker to live a long life. which in his line of work is possibly the cruelest fate he could possibly have.
Oh, hi.
Is that Casper? It's Casper, right? That's me horse. But I'd never expected Chop's story to. I never expected Chop to get married. I never expected her to have to deal with the trauma and drama of being cheated on. Wyatt! Is he gonna?
Hello. Hi. How's it going?
How are you, Penelope?
It's still shit. Chop didn't really sleep much.
Also, her real name's Penelope Brick.
You know what? I hope that Tinker is sleeping even worse with all the guilt.
Hope so. He sent Chop a telegram, but she's not really good at reading, so she has to find someone to read it at some point.
Yeah. What are you up to carrying boxes around?
Chop is trying to distract herself from stuff by just trying to make now just her apartment look nice. Because the one that her and Tinker shared had Tinker's name on the lease. So yesterday, before she managed to speak to him, she got all of her stuff out of there before he took away her key and kept her stuff.
You know, this is a long shot. But do you happen to have a broken pair of scissors lying around?
Chop doesn't nod. If she knew you wanted one, she would have given you the shiv that Tinker had in one of his crates, but she gave him back the key yesterday.
God damn it. Well, if Chop is looking for something to take her mind off of things, then perhaps she could go digging and make a nice sum of money to get me a pair of them scissors.
Chop will need to wear something that isn't a bright white, or not super bright white, but whitish, off-white dress to dig, so she'll sort that.
Well, I reckon Chop can do that whenever.
Chop will try and find things. Actually, can Chop get some criticism on how she's putting stuff in an apartment?
Chop sure can.
Okay. Also, how does divorce work when it's not officially ordained? Like, is it just done now? Is that how it works?
Well, did you officially get married?
Well, Pete is the one that officiated it, but Chop doesn't know if he... Barton said it wasn't technically officiated, which Chop kind of would have liked to know beforehand.
Oh.
Because that kind of hurts.
Well, if there wasn't a holy man there and there's nothing in writing, then you were never married.
Well, Pete did have holes in him. He probably has some more now. Chop knows what you mean.
I mean, yeah.
She knows what you mean.
So you were never married, so, I mean, you're good, I think.
Okay. That both feels better and also hurts worse. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay, come on.
I love Wyatt. Nutty Chili is a gem, a joy, a little bitch, a funny guy. My good time boy.
Okay, we're going to 4G.
Mm-hmm.
So, Chop is trying to separate the room up a bit. And she got one of these. and she's trying to think of whether she puts the other one against the wall, so there's like a little passage in the middle, or if she puts it against this one.
You know, I reckon it'll look better against this one. Because then it'll be like a little hallway right here.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, smoking, Cass. I'm sorry, smoking. I've got the judgment of Wyatt.
You know, these are some good, respectable posters.
Thank you.
None of that voodoo shit. Like this one.
Chop didn't actually get that one. She doesn't know where that one came from. Oh, it's slightly to the side. 1 second. That will annoy Chop for the rest of her life. How is Wyatt doing, though? Was everything okay with Sunshine?
Yeah, he's just, he's injured and he's under investigation for countless murders. But I think he'll be fine.
Him and Ida really have a really toxic relationship. Chop thought hers was kind of rough, but theirs is worse.
Yeah. Well, they don't really have a relationship anymore. That's all done.
Well, yeah, because she shot him. But he kind of told her to. He kind of told her to shoot him.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
What?
The fucking jungle in there.
Chop had it exactly the same in the last apartment. That is her bathroom. That is where she bathes.
Yeah. Not a fucking jungle.
You thought it looked nice before.
I was incorrect.
Hmm?
I think I was incorrect on that front.
It looking nice then, or this?
Yeah, I think it should go against this wall.
Okay.
Smoking, you've been validated.
Okay, Chop's gonna make sure it lines up so that they're the same, firstly. We're just gonna look. Chop hasn't lined it up perfectly, but because but does that look better generally?
Yeah.
Okay. Chop can adjust how that is, but generally it'll work.
Yep. This is it. This is how it should be.
Yeah. Okay.
What are these little things?
Chop like those are the ladies in the cherub.
Who are these little guys on the window?
Chop likes the lady because she kind of looks like an angel, and the cherub is a little angel.
You know,
Chop really likes this one over here. Come. Not the bronze one, the other one. Chop thinks she's pretty.
I think she looks kind of like you.
Eh. Maybe if Chop chiseled it a bit.
You know, I think I would like this lady better if she looked more like Adelaide.
That makes sense. There's also the one on the floor. Chop can go put her on a shelf, but there's that one. She didn't have anywhere to put her before she got the shelves.
On the floor.
She's gonna move her. She just got the shelves. But Chop's glad she has her things. She's got a little kitchen. She has her bathroom. She has her old bed because she kind of burned her and Tinker's bed. So.
Oh, good. It was probably poisoned anyway.
Yeah. Chop doesn't want them to keep it. No.
Yeah. Good. Well, if you go digging and get me that thing I want, I'll give you a good little chunk of money.
Wait, Chop doesn't have your telegram. Let's go telegrams. Chop will forget and she's bad at reading. Let's go.
I have none of the goons' telegrams. The Goons is such a funny gang name. I don't know if you remember Literal Bear Box, but he runs.
So
the
if I
gang.
grabbed some of them broken scissors and then I just had a few leather strips lying around, I'd be able to make a shiv, right?
I don't think so. Hello.
Yeah. You know, Adelaide used to be in the business of making them things and getting them to Sisika.
Oh. Ooh.
Apparently she made a lot of money from it. My telegram is RG986. Reformed Goon. 986.
How do you spell your name?
WYATT.
Titi. Okay. Would you like Chop's telegram?
Yes.
It is H.
So that I can bother you about this.
Yes. Chop doesn't really have the telegrams of many people out here now that she thinks about it.
Yeah.
But it is HZ, which is really hard to think of like a term for 550.
HZ550, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, there we go. All right, I'm gonna go stare at the painting of Adelaide in my room.
Don't you have an Adelaide in your room that you can stare at?
Yeah, but I don't want to bother her while she's asleep, and I don't want to watch her sleep. That's kind of strange. Have you seen the painting of Adelaide?
No, because Chop hasn't gone in your room. Why would she go in your room?
Oh, well, you know, Chop should come look.
Is that okay? Chop doesn't like you know, imposing on.
No.
It's-
Hold on, I gotta get my key. All right.
What room is it? What room?
8G.
Oh,
There it is.
ooh. That's a very lovely painting.
It is. It sure is.
The colors are very nice.
I just like to look at it. I just like to stare at it sometimes. You know, I'm actually a big fan of art. Just come in here, be quiet, because, you know.
Doesn't feel right going in her bedroom where someone's sleeping. Why do you have 2 Christmas trees?
All right, come on. This is one of my favorite paintings. I look at this one when I wake up, and then I look at the other one before I go to bed. The sheep make me happy. They make me so happy.
I thought it was going to be like he looks at this one when he goes to bed because he's counting sheep.
Yeah. But anyway, you know, maybe you should get one of yourself done of these, you know, this type of thing.
There's definitely those old photographs of Chop from before she was Chop when she worked at her old job.
Yeah, but I mean, have you ever had a real artist get to it and make a painting?
No, Chop doesn't really know any real artists. She's not going to count Nova anymore.
Well, maybe you should get a painter to do one of you. I mean, I'm sure you've got the assets to make it work.
Oh yeah, Chop's body is banging. However, she would have trouble finding an artist.
I love saying that. Like,
Yeah, well, maybe we'll find one.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, you know, maybe you could make it like the centerpiece of your new place. Show Tinker what he's missing.
Chop kind of hopes that he would know what he's missing at that point.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't Adelaide, but you're alright.
Chop's really glad that you said that.
Yeah, why?
No reason.
One, Chop doesn't want to be Adelaide. Two, Wyatt is loyal to Adelaide. Good. Chop doesn't want to be a soapy. Wyatt would never cheat on Adelaide. He's too loyal. Thank God.
I'm gonna get a drink
He
and
isn't
then I'm gonna
Chop's
go back up to bed with my Adelaide.
Aw, that's nice. Chop doesn't know what she's gonna do. She got a telegram. Telegram operator read it out a little bit for Chop. It's from Flo. Says that Chop needs to keep an eye on herself and Tinker because Nova's dangerous. Which is interesting.
I think you ought to kill her.
Chop wants to, but she's already given Tinker the warning that if she ever sees... If Nova ever says a word to Chop again, she's going to cut her from her tongue to her taint. So that message should be incredibly clear. If he doesn't give that message to her, then that's on him.
Well, I mean... Maybe you just do it anyway. And claim that she approached you.
Maybe. Maybe, but Chop kinda... If she sees her, Chop kinda doesn't want to go around hunting for her and watching probably her and Tinker run around together. Do you think she's dumb for not realizing sooner? You could be honest.
I don't know. I mean...
Chop just thought it was okay that Tinker was close and had a friend who happened to be a lady. That
You know,
felt
there's
normal.
nothing wrong with trusting the person you love. If they betray that trust, it's on them. You know, I trust my Adelaide despite her comments she makes toward other people. Because I know
Comments?
that... Yeah, you know, just some of the things she says.
Want to know something
You know,
dumb
like
that would make Tinker jealous?
What?
He didn't like that Sunshine would call Chop Penelope. That Sunshine was being so friendly to Chop when we arrived here, as if Tinker hadn't accepted his invitation out here himself.
Yeah, well, knowing Sunshine, Tinker probably had a point, but
What?
still.
As far, Chop only knows about, like, Sunshine and Ida. Actually, you know what? Chop isn't gonna pry.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't.
Yeah, it's for the best.
Yeah, you know. I reckon one of these days Sunshine's gonna proposition you.
What?
You know. Just a guess, I reckon one of these days he might.
Proposition is quite a vague term.
You know, like proposition for a friendship, you know? With a lot of physicality.
Fucking friends.
I don't know. Hey, this is just a guess, alright?
Chop isn't really expecting anything like that from anyone right now. Well, she didn't expect it all. She's got a lot of feelings. And you got an Adelaide to get back to.
I do, but also I need to tell you something. I got in trouble for something I told you
Oh.
about the Ida thing and her injury.
Oh. You were really
Yeah, I
open
got
with it to Chop, so she kind of just expected
I
you would.
didn't know it was a secret.
Was it not a That's why Chop thought it. You said it so normally to Chop.
Apparently, it was a secret. I didn't. I was the only one who didn't know.
Chop doesn't think she said it to anyone else, if that helps.
Yeah, well,
She didn't mean to. Sorry, didn't realize that was a secret.
well, I didn't know either. I only knew it was a secret once I was told that that Ida didn't appreciate the fact that I had said something to you. Because I just thought it was, like it happened and people knew.
That's. Huh.
Yeah, but apparently I was wrong.
Yeah, Chop didn't mean to throw you in the shit with that. She thought it was just something known because she didn't expect to get told it otherwise.
I did too. I thought it was just a thing.
Just a thing that happened.
It's crazy that there's some people they're talking crazy. They're saying, "Oh, you shouldn't be talking about this. It's my trauma." Like, shut the fuck up. Ginger fuck.
It's just.
Anyway.
Sorry, yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna get going.
Okay. Take it easy.
Yeah, get me my scissors.
Chop will try, but she can make no promises. But she's still gonna make sweet treats and stuff around here.
Good.
Good.
I fucking love wine. Nutty chili is just spelt as chili is, right? If I... I know that icon. Okay, perfect. That's the person who plays Wyatt. For the few people in here who don't know. He's a gem and he streams regularly.
Can I get a telegram, please? A telegram for me, please? Please? Please?
Magpie. Do I have magpies? I do have... Oh no, I've had magpies telegram this whole time. Bitch. Okay. I could sort out those trinkets, but Hello, White's horse. Also, one of the small things that Chop has decided since Tinker did cheat on her and she had it confirmed, Tinker has lost all rights to see her face. She will wear the mask around him as long as she knows she's around him and has the option to put it on for as long as she physically can. He has lost the right to look at her. Why are there two horses? I feel bad because today I got asked if I can do overtime at work tomorrow. I'm just really tired. If I try to work tomorrow, then it's not gonna go well. I have $7 on me. What am I doing? I've been talking, and I forgot I was muted. I was talking about how there's weird angles to see get certain furniture items.
I want to see my horse.
What do I have on Data Runaway right now? Dynamite from Wesley, the book that tells me just a ton of things. I need to go get another document folder. I need a fucking another one. I've got too much stuff. Chop has to take out telegrams so consistently, and I love doing it. But it does kind of lower any storage space you ever have. I want to see people start waking up. I want to bump into people. That would be insane. However, I would need to get consent beforehand. And I would reach out and ask, but I would still feel really bad. Because Dynamite is so hard to, if you don't want a perma, which I wouldn't be like, you have to perma to this. But if you don't want a perma, Dynamite is such a difficult thing to explain your survival about. Okay. This one needs to be like slightly closer and slightly less slanted. I don't know what to put in that corner. That corner just doesn't have anything I want. I'm enraged. I'm so curious about how many people must have known. If Dick and Solace knew, and Wesley told them to kill Nova after the war and they didn't. The fact that it took months for anyone to tell Chop when people knew. Kind of want to let me allow me to cook for the smallest millisecond of my life before I decide I hate whatever I do. Ooh, I don't hate it. I actually quite really like that. For obvious reasons. Chop likes flowers a lot. Yeah, they knew and said nothing. So many people knew and said nothing. Fucking Vash. Like Chop's father-in-law. I'm gonna take this one off because there's still plants inside. Vash knew and said absolutely fuck all to Chop. Until he was leaving. Which is so selfish. It's so incredibly selfish of him. Okay, that feels slightly better. I need to at some point... I can start moving some stuff around. Cute. I'm glad the place looks nice. Oh, that one's not going to fit. That one can stay on the window, actually. Vash setting a fire, saying that if he sees Nova again, he'll kill her. And then Vex, that bitch who was in chat, saying that he's playing a new character now. Chop is here only to suffer. It's a crate. Ah, why is this one a crate? There's so much stuff I can put. I can just buy food items and put them in here as well, which will be neat. Chop really likes this one, so she gets more of a front row seat. Oh, the only annoying thing is that you can see it through the other side. That's okay. Beep. That's way too big. It should just be burning the top. I can just do this. Who's gonna stop me, God? It probably should. Beep. I think this might be too big too. Yeah, it's too big for this, which sucks. Expected, but still sucks. She can watch the door for now. I was tempted, there's a bunch of posters, like, there's the wanted one, there's a bunch of, they look like posters that are just layered over each other and tattered. I was so tempted, it would take up so much stuff like so much space like the plants I have. It would take up so many items, but just putting so many of them over the walls as if Chop is patching up the walls. We'll get more lighting in here at some point, but I just wanted to adjust that a bit. Okay. I feel a bit better about this. Even though there's still so much empty space, like, I could make this sofa area half as big. But there's no need for it right now.
Nathan. Nathan. Hello.
How are you?
Sorry, what?
How you doing?
Really bad. How about you?
Really bad.
Yeah, Chop found out some things yesterday.
Oh, well, sorry to hear about that. Hopefully it ain't too bad.
Chop doesn't know how to continue from that without making it worse.
Alright, well, I will disregard that then. But yeah, it's, any plans for today?
Not really. Chop's just figuring out what to do. She's a little lost at the minute with everything, to be honest.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, she's kind of not married anymore.
One more time.
She's not married anymore.
You're not married?
Not anymore.
Oh shit.
Chop doesn't have a tendency to stay with someone after she finds out they've been cheating on her for months, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Chop. Damn.
Yeah, Chop's just trying to figure out what to do. She'd moved all of her stuff out before she talked to him after she found out, so she still has all her things, which is nice.
Sure. It's quite a difficult change.
Yeah, it is.
Here, let me get you a meal. Something to eat.
Is it bad that Chop's worried about the fact that she's gonna have to tell people not to kill him? Because she doesn't want people to go and kill him.
The fact that you don't want him dead kind of explains how kind-hearted you are. I think most people just want them dead. At least if they found out their partner was cheating.
Thank you.
No, of course.
On the plus side, the hair tonic kind of worked. It's not all the way there yet, but it's growing.
One more time, you said.
Sorry. On the plus side, the hair tonic kind of worked. It's not all the way there yet, but it's growing.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Hmm.
Well, I'm glad that you're getting your hair out at least.
Thank you. Chop's kind of trying to figure out how to adjust her stuff because the apartment tinker had his name on the lease, so she moved her extra crates down from thieves and got herself her own place here so she could not lose everything.
Right. Well, is there anything you need help with in regards of moving out things or something?
Chop doesn't think so. She moved everything out. She spoke to him yesterday. She gave him his key back. Not before redecorating his place, but
My canteen back. I found some. She just ran over a dog.
Shit.
Alright.
Do you know if Tinker's gonna stay around these parts or if he's gonna move out to Thieves Landing or so?
Chop has a feeling that he won't be very welcome in Thieves because that's where her dad lives.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
But he'll probably still be around here. Again, Chop doesn't want anyone to hurt him, which... feels complicated, actually.
No, it will be.
She wants to hurt Nova, but Chop will only hurt Nova if she says anything to Chop.
It was Nova who,
Yeah,
got
since we were in Van Horn, apparently.
wow, okay.
Yeah, Chop's been processing that for most of the night. Things will be okay. Everyone keeps saying that to Chop, that things will be okay.
It's gonna be difficult to convince yourself that. It will take time. Unfortunately, it's not an easy thing to go through.
Chop got to actually speak to Wyatt earlier, and she asked if she was dumb for not noticing it for this long. And he said it's not dumb to trust someone you love, and that made her feel better.
Yeah. Even though I think that Y doesn't have any brain cell in his brain, he does have a few words that comes by that makes sense. Makes you think a bit.
Yeah, he does. But Chop isn't going anywhere. She's not going to go back to Van Horn. The people who shot her are still there.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're not going anywhere. Of course, and they wouldn't.
Chop made sure she moved all her cooking stuff very quickly. She brought her crate of eggs. She has a crate of eggs if you need any eggs.
I appreciate it. I got in my crate of my own.
Good.
As long as you do take care of yourself and not... it will be fully understandable if you decide to move somewhere else. Out of the not wanting to see Tinker going around.
She's gonna see him anyway.
I guess so.
He didn't really put anything into the apartment anyway, so Job doesn't see him going to the rooms ever.
Right. Huh.
Who knows though, that might just be Chop being really, really bitter right now. She doesn't know.
I think you're allowed to be bitter today.
Yeah. Yeah, Chop is.
Um, oh, it's heavy.
It's been
Well, it only shows how mature you are too. The fact that you don't want to see him killed, or that
Chop
you
felt
are.
like she was going crazy.
Yeah, that's normal. And you'll probably feel that way for quite a while. But every day it gets better. Trust me, I know. So, time is your best friend at the moment. And sooner or later, you won't even remember his last name.
Chop's still processing that. Does she just not have that last name now? Apparently her wedding wasn't even officially ordained because it was Pete, gang leader of Vanguard, who officiated it. But Chop didn't know. Chop doesn't know who's a holy man. She doesn't know everyone's story. White said that meant the marriage was never real, which hurts Chop but also makes her feel better in a really weird, complicated way.
Yeah. Maybe it does.
Chop is usually very cheerful. So this
I
is
think Wyatt has a point.
a lot.
It,
I will let you look at your map for this
I think you go back to the name that you used to have.
one. Manzanita Post.
You know,
I knew it started with an M.
Just before her wedding, because Chop doesn't remember. She knows her old first name was Penelope, but she doesn't remember her old last name. And just before she got married, Barton said she could go by Penelope Fields.
Penelope Fields. And that was Tinker's last name, Fields.
No, that was Barton's last name. The person she sees as her dad. Tinker's last name is Peabody.
Right. What do you think about that, Fields?
Chop likes it. She doesn't think she's ready to let go of her last name just yet, though. Is that weird? She
Yeah.
felt very happy about it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You'll take your time with it. There's no rush. Not at all. But I also think that sooner or later, that it doesn't go, you don't hold on too long. Because it will probably just hurt more and more.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. You can cry all you like,
Oh, Chop's done plenty of that.
There'll probably be a lot more, trust me.
Yeah.
But you can cry for a week or two or something. Do what you need to do, but don't stay there too long. Life still continues. So, unfortunately, it happened like this. Rip that away from you. At least Tinker did.
Chop's just kind of mad at how many people knew.
I didn't tell you.
No. All of Tinker's gang. Dick and Solace from out east. They knew and didn't tell Chop.
Well, that's concerning.
Yeah. Guess Tinker's just a little bit too important. them to want to inconvenience him.
Well, in my eyes, I think they were too cowardly to do anything.
Chop thinks so too.
I would not care if it was the president who was cheating on his wife, or if it was Esteban, or hell, even White himself. I still go up to him and say, either you tell your wife or I'm gonna tell her. The choice is yours. Because that is something, at least if I saw Tinker do that, I think since you're my friend too, Chop, I owe that to you.
Chop thinks we're friends too.
I'm glad.
Otherwise, this would be really awkward.
Oh yeah, totally straight. Right in front of me. No, it's always a pleasure to see you come by. As you can probably tell, it gets pretty quiet around these parts.
Yeah, Chop's used to it being pretty quiet.
Yeah.
Usually she comes about and then she fishes, and by the time she gets back or does something, then people are around. So she gets it.
Also, I ordered Dominoes. Woo!
Yeah, then you can relate. But I think it can be difficult this time. And right now, what you're feeling, it might be getting better, might be getting worse. Just how it is, especially when you pour your heart out to someone.
To be fair, it probably could have been worse, because Chop found out how he was going to tell her. Do you want to know this bullshit? You want to know this absolute fucking bullshit?
Go ahead.
So Chop and Tinker never got a honeymoon because the war was going on when they got married out east. So, like, war against the goons, which is crazy considering everything now.
Yeah.
But Tinker promised after the war that Chop and Tinker would go to Gorma for their honeymoon, and he made sure to say it. He promised. He said it so many times. And when the war ended, Wesley died, and Chop wanted us to be able to bury him. So Tinker wanted to go right away, but Chop didn't want to go yet because we hadn't buried him. Surprise, we still haven't buried him. They're trying to, but Chop got tickets for Gorma too, and told Tinker that she had them whenever he was ready to go, and he said we'd go soon. And yesterday, when she was talking to him, Tinker admitted that he was going to go to Gorma with Chop and tell her there.
Oh no.
He was going to tell Chop on their honeymoon that he'd been cheating.
That's not a good place.
No, it's not a good place. Also, the fact there's so many things wrong about it. 1, Chop paid for the tickets. 2, it's the fucking honeymoon. 3, you're gonna have a nice time and then tell Chop.
Yeah.
Chop is in a very bitchy mood and has been for many hours, but she's just been sat in her room, kind of not really doing anything about it.
You're good. Show emotion. There's no one who can blame you for what you're feeling.
He said those
Okay.
exact words.
Somebody calls you out for being angry. You got an excuse.
Chop has a lot of excuses.
Of course. Just remember to aim it towards the one who deserves it.
Yeah, Chop tries to do that. Or she just kind of... She verbally aims it at him without him being there. Does that make sense? Does that count?
Yeah, of course. That's normal. So you got to know it in, what, your room, or...
Vash, Tinker's dad, told Chop after Chop mentioned that she saw marks on Nova that looked familiar.
Got a new pet, huh?
Marks on Nova that look familiar.
Tinker's got sharpened teeth and Nova had bite marks on her, so... Chop didn't say to Tinker that she thought it was him, she just brought up how similar it looked and that it freaked Chop out, and he got really mad at her the day before, so...
Alright, we got a long way to go. We're going from the snow to from the
She
sand.
brought it up to Vash, and then she let him talk, and he told her.
So he didn't even tell you.
He knew. He'd known, he said, for 2 or so weeks. He's left the crossing. Chop doesn't know how long for, if it's for forever or not. But he's left before. Don't know if he'll come back again.
And you and Vesh are close.
Yeah, Chop kind of felt like the in-between for Vash and Tinker quite a lot because they argue, they've had fist fights. Tinker has knocked Vash out, Vash has broke Tinker's nose. It's not a good relationship. They're not related by blood, but they're just as angry as each other.
Right.
Vash didn't want Tinker throwing his life away like he has, is basically what he says.
Not sure what I was gonna say.
There's a lot of things to say. Chopper's just kind of throwing everything at you and she feels bad about that.
No, please don't. Please don't. I'm more honored that you want to tell me these things. I really am. I'm more just unsure what to say because you have experienced probably more difficult challenges when somebody is unfaithful. The fact that it didn't tell you, the fact they wanted to do it in a very special place, and you had to find out through paranoia, which also is the worst. Instead of him manning up and rip off the band-aid, sitting you down somewhere and say, hey, I just don't feel that we are the same spark anymore or something. At least give you the courtesy. He went with another woman.
He did. And she used to pretend to be nice to Chop, but she hasn't even been pretending the last couple of weeks.
Let me tell you, Chop. Good luck trying to convince those folk or these men that you trust to not kill Tinker, or Nova for that matter.
Chop made her dad promise not to hurt Tinker. She made him promise before she told him what happened, which is kind of bullshit, but it's the only way she could.
Well, like I said, good luck with trying to keep folk away, because trust me, I don't know your backstory, don't know where you come from. I know just about where you come from Van Horn, and by the time you came here, in your relationship with Tinker, and even I start to feel heated inside my blood. It really boils inside me. But, yeah, so good luck with that. I think the mental battle is the most difficult one.
Yeah, usually. On a slight plus side, Nova has nothing to look forward to.
No, we'll have to be together with a cheater.
Yeah, once Chop asked, because she thinks, or she knows that Tinker thinks that Chop is weak. So she asked Tinker what happens when he starts to see Nova as weak, and he said he'll find another, so. She shouldn't think she's special.
No. No, she's not. He's gonna jump back and forth. Whatever excites him. But do not ever doubt yourself out of his inability to keep a relationship.
It's kind of difficult, but Chop will try. That's a very difficult one.
All you can say
Stupid fucking
At the
tortoise
end of
just
the night.
fell on their back.
is that you did your best. You did exactly what any man would want. You were supportive, you were there for him. Hell, even cooked him food. I mean, I'll taste your food is delicious.
Thank you.
You cooked him everything. You made the apartment a home. And you still leave that? He's a damn fool.
Chop's feeling really validated and her emotions are really messed up, so she might cry. You might need to stop now.
If you don't want me to continue, I'll stop.
But Chop doesn't want to tell you what to do.
Chop is an emotional man.
When I was younger, I used to have a friend of mine who experienced something similar. And I once told him he was destroyed, but there was a long time coming. You could see it from a mile away, but he was destroyed from it. And I used to tell him that the reason why it was a long time coming was because she didn't listen to him at all. And what would happen is that she would go around and cheat, and he would stick by. He needed her in his voice, in his own saying. And I gave him a rule. He stuck with that. Once you find yourself a lady or a man or whatever you want to, whatever your preference is, you always go and say to him, there's always going to be some flaws, something that you don't like about him. It's just every person. And then you just sit down and discuss with him, and you say, hey, listen, whatever you're doing right here is hurting me. I don't like it at all. Whatever you're doing, you need to stop that. Because if you don't stop that, we're going to have an issue. If he even tries, or if she even tries, or if she completely stops with her bad habit, that shows that he or she cares. Those you got to keep around. But if he or she does not care at all about the thing they do is hurting them or whatever, they never cared in the first place. You just got to let them go after that.
Chop doesn't really know how to. If she does think something is wrong, she doesn't know how to bring it up anymore, because things weren't great when she would bring things up. She's worried she wouldn't be able to bring it up at all anymore.
Is it because it's uncomfortable?
Because whenever Chop would bring up things she was worried about, she would then be told, but what about what I'm worried about? Not exactly in those words, but close enough.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hello, Phoenix.
Welcome. How's it going?
All good. What about you?
Shit, but coping.
Sorry to hear that.
There's nothing wrong with telling what you want. That's all I'm saying. It's all a part of the team, or the teamwork. Y'all listen, y'all adapt. Doesn't matter if you don't like anything more than the other.
Chop doesn't really think that she was considered a teammate for a long time.
You were left out. Is that it?
Chop doesn't think. You have to respect someone you're in a team with, right?
Yeah. Of course. That's what teamwork is.
Chop's not sure if she's been considered to be on the team for a while. Or was, she guesses.
You think that's your fault?
No, yes, it's complicated.
I would say the equation was easy.
Hey there.
So you got any stew back there?
Yeah, sure.
The problem is,
Fucking hungry. I need
we
this.
usually
Donuts here now.
we usually hope to stick with the teamwork for so much that we kind of forget all the bad things about it. Ignore them or unintentionally ignore them because we like the small
What's the
parts.
damage?
Come again?
How much?
Whatever
Stew?
you can spare.
Oh, okay.
No, thank you. It's on the house,
Problem.
but you don't have to give me anything. Well,
There we go.
enjoy this too.
Yeah, thank you.
Having to find new ways to nod. I'm nodding too much.
So, it's just what it is, unfortunately.
Shit.
You okay?
Yeah.
Please don't be dying over there right now. Chop can't deal with much more.
No, I'm not going to die. It's not my time for that.
Yeah, it's no time yet.
So never blame yourself.
One day Chop won't. She thinks. This isn't easy yet.
You said what now?
It just isn't easy yet.
No, it won't be. Won't be for a while. Man. I think it's not easy right now, considering it's a difficult to adapt. Especially if you've had hopes and dreams and whatnot. you gotta adapt to what you used to do before, or completely new ones. Difficult change.
Chop kind of hopes that people don't immediately do what Wyatt and Adelaide. They were doing it out of kindness, but they immediately started being like, "We can set you up with people." It's like, please, please, no, 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 no.
I think the last thing you need is to tangle yourself with somebody else. At least not now.
Yeah, Chop kind of doesn't want
trying
it.
to set me up with someone.
Hmm? Sorry, say that again.
I said that's someone who is trying to set me up with someone. You know, he's trying to set me up with someone, and he's just saying that, yeah, well, doesn't align with that, what he just said. I'm just joking, I'm just trying to tease.
Oh God. You're fine.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
You're good. You're good. Chop's just thinking about the fact that people in Thieves also were just saying to Chop, "Oh, you'll move on and find someone else." Like, slow down.
Yeah. It's, I think what you will notice very quickly is that there will be a lot of folks that is trying to sweep your floor ahead of you. You know, make things easier. But what I do believe personally is that it's a valuable experience. You need to really feel what is going on at the moment. Sweep your own floor. Even when it's heavy, even when it's difficult.
Right.
But I'm not saying you should be isolated or stay alone or something or deal with it all by yourself. Don't. You know, sometimes you need help, and if you do, you ask. That's why we're here.
Imagine if Chop knew how
We're
to ask
standing
for
around all
help
day.
after being gaslit by Tinker for months. That's crazy.
But I don't think that anybody should try to put you with somebody else or perhaps seek for revenge or have people say, "Oh, yeah, we're going to help you out with whatever you need." It's a nice offer. But it doesn't work. Suppresses the feelings you're going through.
Chop has been feeling a lot of feelings, so maybe a little bit of suppression would be nice. Tiny bit, but it's not going to really fix anything, is it?
No.
Fuck.
Tomorrow it will be better. Tomorrow after that will
It
be
can't
better.
get worse.
Well, when you're at rock bottom, the only way is up.
Can't get worse, only if you make it.
Mm.
Do you? You know, if you're at rock bottom and you think, well, life shit, life is whatever. I think life will be shit, of course, but if you're trying to find a new way, I believe that life can show you the light side, the bright side, you know. I think people have to fall down sometimes, so just you get punched in the face a few times until.
Chop
what do you
kind of
say?
feels like she was pushed down a set of stairs.
Well, so was I a few times, but well, here I am, still standing. Feel well. Can't forget it, but I mean that doesn't mean that that it's going to what do you say? That it's going to brand me for the rest of my life, you know. I think the best would be, well, not to let these experiences and should do your best to improve. You know, like that I'm very, very bad at this. What did I want to say?
It's okay. You'll find it.
I love these two.
Well,
Chopper's been like
should
growing a
really find
friendship
a
with
way
them
to learn
for
from these experiences and not to stick on it, you know, and not to think all
weeks.
about it, trying to forget it by, I don't know, doing dumb stuff like alcohol or whatever. And I'm not saying that you do, but what I'm saying is you should learn, trying to learn from it.
Chopper's already had like 2 different people be like, "Hey, you could deal with this with opium." No, Chop doesn't want to deal with her problems with drugs. Thanks.
Yeah, nope.
They kind of won't
It's
fix
easy way.
anything about her.
I wouldn't call it a pleasant way, but you know what they say? They say that opium, you know, makes you kind of relaxed and whatever. I mean, that feeling might be great, but makes I mean, it's just it's addictive, and I don't like that. So
Chop doesn't like having to rely on something that other people can be in control of. So yeah, she don't worry, she isn't gonna do anything like that.
good.
Chop had to rely on the butcher for 5 years just to give her
I don't
food and
know.
water.
Well, if you do need help with anything or something, you know, moving things around or someone to talk to, we always here.
Thank you. Chop's here too.
Sure, well, I appreciate that.
My buzzer.
She'll be right back.
All right.
That was a buzzer. That was a buzzer. That's my pizza. That's my pizza. Fuck, my pizza. I shouldn't have run out of that scene, but that's my food. I feel so bad for running out of that scene, but that noise was my intercom. I didn't realize my food was on the way. I'm gonna quickly check telegrams. Real quick.
Okay.
Damn it. I'm gonna send Flo another one saying that Chop doesn't want to tell Tinker that she wants to be. I think I might actually, because I just got food, I might hop off for like an hour and then just casually hop on RP later. I'll try and record stuff if I'm about, but Chop will be around. But I want to enjoy my food. I want to relax. And you guys sitting here while I'm eating a pizza isn't good content.
Chop will be around a little bit later.
Alright, I'll see you then.
Thank you.
Sure.
Nathan is a gem.
Ah, my domain.
Also, this is a one-seater sofa. It's very dramatic for Chop. Anyway, we're gonna find someone to raid. Thank you for sticking with me for a fairly shortish stream. It's like just under 2 hours. We're gonna raid Joby. Fuck it.
Raid the dog.
Let's go. Maybe see you later.